Hi everybody, welcome to Happy, Healthy, Stronger. I have a very special guest. We're doing something very unique today. This is my guest. Her name is Michelle. She's a certified electrician for me?
A certified medical electrologist.
And a laser tech.
Exactly.
And the reason I brought her on here today is because I have just transformed my waxing experiences into laser. And I have to tell you, doing that has changed my wallet.
Exactly.
And it has actually changed everything on my body. I cannot believe that I didn't do this earlier. And I just wanted to share with the world, this is very personal for me, that I get a Brazilian and I do my mustache and I do my eyebrows, and it's $70 every time I walk out of a waxing clinic, or if I use the cream, which are toxic, so I don't use the creams. And when I walk out of there, I literally have growth in 3 days.
Exactly.
Literally, and and I can't go back again until it's the size of a rice grain, and it's just been 10, 15, 20 years like this until I finally took the step. And it's been around for a long time, but for some reason people don't take the step. And I feel clean, I feel beautiful, and I think it is the most amazing invention, and it's very safe. So I wanted to bring you on today, and I wanted to share Michelle with you because she's an expert in this field since 1983.
Yes.
Okay, so since 1983, and I want you to just get a little information for those of you who haven't taken that step towards going to laser. And I'm not familiar that much with electrolysis, and I know that you're a professional in that as well. I'd like you to explain that because I do know that people do have that issue as well.
Okay. Electrolysis is the only form of hair removal that is recommended as permanent. Laser is, you can advertise it as permanent hair reduction. But electrolysis, which is over 100 years old, which was invented by a doctor finding out that by inserting electrical current into ingrown eyelashes, they didn't reappear, which is how electrolysis was invented. The difference between electrolysis and laser is, electrolysis is where you have to put a tiny probe or little needle into each hair individually and give it electrical current to remove it. And laser is a large laser gun which covers a large area very quickly, which is why it's very cost effective. But with electrolysis, it's the only form of hair removal that can be used for blonde, red, light hair.
Right,
We cannot do laser on gray hair, blonde hair, red hair. But eventually, they are, as we speak, inventing a machine that is going to be able to do light hair.
Can I ask why that is the case?
In order to get rid of the hair or kill it permanently, you need to have melanin, and there's no melanin in light hair, or red hair, or white hair. There's only melanin in dark hair and dark skin.
Oh.
So you need to grab, the laser beam has to grab something, and it won't grab anything if there's no melanin to kill it. So that's actually the difference between electrolysis and laser hair removal. Laser hair removal is much more cost effective. It's much quicker. You can do a full body in 30 minutes, where with electrolysis, it's quite expensive because it's very detailed, and it would take, like, let's say 2 or 3 minutes to do a laser underarm. It would take an hour to do electrolysis because you would have to do one hair at a time.
Yeah, that's a long time for one hair time.
Exactly.
But I found that I really just started this with you. I've only had 3 treatments and I have 0 growth back.
Good.
There's a little bit coming back here and there, but it's so sparse, which is really nice. I mean, I would spend, like, honestly, it's literally $70 each time I go.
I definitely know that.
So what I wanted to ask you is, how many treatments does it usually take for someone to have that little growth to come back? For me, I know I have a few more to go.
Right.
But in 3 treatments, I'm hardly seeing anything.
Well, the average person takes 7, but of course there's extenuating circumstances. Some people can take up to 14. The reason being is, let's say you have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means you have cysts on your ovaries, which produce testosterone, which is a hair producer. So you're fighting that. Or menopause. Or adolescence. There's so many different hormone issues, you know. Let's take, for instance, transgender. I have many transgender clients. And they're men, so of course they have an abundance of testosterone. So then they go on estrogen, which takes a lot of the testosterone away. But currently, I've been working on one in particular for 3 years. And she now has no hair on her face. And
that's a long time, though. I'm not experiencing
3 years, right? 3 years of electrolysis, because her hairs were gray. Okay.
Right.
So, but you have to keep in mind that you're removing a man's beard versus if it was a female, it could take, let's say, a year of electrolysis. But there is really no answer to how long would it really take me.
I'm talking about with laser.
With laser. There really is no answer. Like, I have testimonials on YouTube, hundreds of them. Some say, I came once, which is crazy, and I have no hair left under my arms.
Right. I'm telling you, I experienced this.
I know that.
For me, it's the third time, and I have a little bit.
Right.
But and like, it's crazy.
Right, you could wear a sleeveless and not feel uncomfortable.
No, I'm talking about bikini-wise.
Right.
After the first treatment, I've never, ever, ever had to shave.
Right.
For the bikini line.
That's very common.
Yeah.
Okay, and for the bikini line. It's a little more difficult once you get inside the panty because that hair is very tough, takes the longest. But as far as, can you actually say, I'm guaranteeing you're going to have no hair in 7 or 14 or 25 visits?
So it's individual.
Individual. There is no guarantee.
Right.
There absolutely is no way you
but
can...
it's very effective.
It's very effective, but you can't come in and say, well, I want to be free of hair in 7 visits. And right. I always tell my customers you can expect a giant reduction where you'll be so happy. You may be happy on 7.
Right, but I have to tell you that the hair that does grow back is very thin.
That's right.
It's very fine.
That's what I
it's
tell
not that
them.
Coarse
it may not
hair
bother you. You might be saying, well, okay, I'm thrilled with 7 because I'm not even uncomfortable with it anymore, and that's what I'm going to stay at.
Right, now what is the benefit of doing laser as opposed to shaving or as opposed to using the creams or as opposed to waxing?
Laser will remove and reduce ingrown hairs. Waxing will cause ingrown hairs. Okay, I don't like the creams because I feel they're very caustic. We don't really know the result of using that caustic cream.
It's also toxic.
It's toxic.
It's very toxic.
It's toxic. So I don't really know how healthy it is to be putting that, let's just say, in the private area. Okay?
Right.
And laser is the most highly recommended by plastic surgeons, dermatologists ever for removal of the hair. And the benefits of having laser hair removal are, number 1, of course, cleanliness.
Yes.
And number 2 is most girls that shave and wax at some time in their life will get an ingrown hair problem. The reason is the hair gets cut, gets stuck under the skin, and you can't get it out.
Right.
This alleviates that. I get a lot of recommendations from endocrinologists, dermatologists, gynecologists, specifically for the ingrown hair problem. That is one of the best things you can ask for.
Because the hair just doesn't grow back.
Right, and if
So
it
you're
grows
good
back,
to go.
like you say, it's so thin and fine that, it doesn't even bother you.
Right.
So, as far as electrolysis, I recommend electrolysis primarily for women, let's say, that are older and have gray hair on their chin or on their upper lip. And it's also very good for eyebrows, for permanent hair removal on eyebrows. It's the only thing that will take them away permanently, and you can shape them.
Right, and I do want to say also that I know this, some people, especially women, get 1 or 2 really stubborn hairs or almost like thick on their face.
Right.
And you don't want to have a laser for that. You want to that's where electrolysis comes in as well, right?
Exactly, because it's individualized hair removal.
Right, so you can get into one.
Right.
Yeah, because I totally relate to that one. Okay, that's great. So now, where could they find you in particular? You're an expert in this field. You've been doing this for so long. I just want to get your name out there a bit. I think that if you are shaving or if you are waxing and you haven't tried laser, if you have some stubborn hair, or if you're not a dark-haired person and you have the gray hair, the blonde hair, the red hair, you can't use laser, unfortunately. For now, technology will change, like you said. Where can we find you so that
Okay, I'm located in Hallandale at 2305 East Hallandale Beach Boulevard, and my cell phone number is 786-306-7987. I'm available for calls or texts, and any question you want to ask me, it's not at all a problem. Nothing is too personal or private. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Feel free to text me once again at 786-306-7987. And you can look up my website, www.laserbymichelle.com, and pretty much a lot of your questions can be answered on there. Yeah,
and again, the reason I brought Michelle on is because this is something that I've just newly done, that I really wish I would have saved
Thank you.
so much money, but more importantly, the cleanliness for
Yes.
me. I would have saved a ton of money every 3 weeks, $70. Living in Florida, you don't want to have any hair showing. I'm on the beach
Absolutely.
all the time,
Right.
and I don't want to have the hair showing, and of course, under your arms and my face and whatnot, and I'm on TV, so I want to make sure that I'm clean. And it's been $70 every 3 weeks for 12 years here.
Exactly. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And here I've had 3 treatments, and you got to be kidding me. So if you haven't tried it yet, if you're a person like I am and you haven't, you're still stuck in the traditional shaving, guys, it's time to step out and really try it. And the reason I brought Michelle on is because I trust her, and that's who I go to, and I have to make sure that because you guys are listening and you're trusting me, I'm going to send you to someone that I trust. So this is great for you. And,
Thank you so much
thank you for coming
bringing me.
on.
You're very
and
welcome.
I appreciate everything. You've saved me money, you've saved me time, and you make me feel clean.
Thank you. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas,
Yes.
and Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for the time.
Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you.